everybody, and welcome back to GameSpot's continuing live coverage of E3 2014. I'll be your host for the morning here on the GameSpot stage. I'm Sean McGinnis, and I am joined by Evan, Richard, and Jared, some of the folks behind one of a game with a title that can only be described as amazing, and that game, of course, is Broforce. Guys, thanks for joining us on the stage.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're running a little bit behind, so we're just going to jump straight into the game. We're going to skip all the intros. Let's check out a little bit of Broforce. For anybody who's not heard of the game, how would you describe this? How does it live up to the title?
So playing Broforce, you start off playing as a Rambo-like character, Rambro, and you're going to be in like this kind of terrorist-infested jungle, fighting your way, lots of explosions, liberating POWs, and kind of unlocking all these new characters, and and like discovering all the different attacks and abilities as you go along.
Cool. So we've obviously got 2 players going on here. So co-op support, I'm going to assume, is a big part of the game?
Look, the game can be played single player, but it really shines when you've got 2 or more players, because there's a lot of it is about saving each other as you die, and then you kind of resurrect your teammates, and that's a lot of the camaraderie comes out of that. Single player, there's still a lot of explosions, a lot of like stuff, but if you want to play with friends on a couch, like that's really where we envisage this game being played.
Cool.
We are developers of this, so we've had a lot of practice.
So you guys died almost instantly there. No offense. How would you describe the overall difficulty of this game? It looks like it's pretty tough.
I think it's as tough as you want it to be. The thing is, it looks like a run and gun. It looks like a kind of Contra or Metal Slug type game. But you really don't have to. Well, in fact, running in like all guns blazing is kind of the hardest way to play the game. It is the most fun as well. So it's up to you how difficult you want it to be. If you play very cautiously, you can get through the game slowly, and most people should be able to do that. But I don't know, these guys, they've played it so much now. It's more fun being reckless and generating as many explosions as you can.
So with a game like Broforce, humor is going to be a big part of it. Can you describe just the sense of style and the sort of level of comedy that you guys are going for here?
So we all grew up watching these kind of 80s and 90s like action films, like Rambo and Commando and like Escape from New York. A lot of them had these kind of very like tough, like pro-America kind of themes, like,
right.
And it's, some of them was more subtle and some of them wasn't really there, but it's all about like, having like ripped biceps, tearing off your shirt, and then like killing some bad guys. And that's kind of, like modern takes on like action films, like a bit more serious and like light-handed with their approach on that. And it's kind of going back and watching these films is kind of real blast, because it's kind of absurd, and then we wanted that to come across in the game. It's this ridiculous thing to go in and solve all your problems with guns, but like it's also awesome.
So if you guys want to send us questions, feel free to submit questions in the live chat on GameSpot.com, or you can send them my way on Twitter. My Twitter name is @smckinnis. We'll try to throw that on the screen right here so you can send them my way. So far, not a question, more of a statement. AMD Really Fast says, "That beard is glorious." And granted, all 3 of you have beards, but I think we know what the real glorious beard is here. No offense, you guys.
I've had a bit of a head start. I've been practicing for longer.
It's a sign of leadership.
Yeah. I don't think these guys would respect me if I didn't have the biggest beard.
Oh, there we go. We've got a good shot of the beard right here. Let's see. All right, the Gaming Baby is asking co-op, online, local.
Yep. So we've got, at the moment, the game is on Steam Early Access, and there's like an early version of the co-op there. You can play online. You can play the cooperative game online. And we're still working on it. Like, there's been a few. It's a bit tough getting a game that's got such a lot of like things going on the screen to work online. But we're slowly kind of sorting out all the problems. By full release, I think it's going to be a good experience for almost everyone.
Yeah, let's talk about your guys' approach to early access. How does the game compare, like now, as it stands today, versus when you guys submitted it? What's changed?
So, well, okay, we haven't been in early access that long. We were in, like, the game had like a playable version right from like October or August 2012. The game is, those early versions are so rough. There's the graphics are really simple. There's far fewer bros, far fewer places you can go. And I think it's a much more polished experience now. Like recently, we've been adding some more bros, and like each month we're trying to have a bit of an update. Some, hopefully some new characters or new enemies or new places to go and explode and liberate.
Jazz from Hell in the chat is asking about the overall length of the game. Roughly, how much content is there, and is there much replayability?
So right now there's about a 2-hour campaign, so it's relatively short. There are deathmatch mode where it's just fighting against each other and like seeing how Rambro compares to like McBrover or Robocop. And that can be fun if you like your competitive couch games. There's a couple other competitive modes that we're kind of got in there and kind of working on. So I think there's a bit of replayability. I think it's going to get more as we go along.
Also, level editors comes with the game, so you can make like levels and share them online via Steam. Also, because there's such like a large amount of bros, especially when you're playing like 4-player multiplayer, there's a lot of permutations and sort of the synergies between characters. So.
All right. So we're actually getting a lot of questions about the PS4 version of the game, because we're checking out PC right here, but there are other versions. How do they compare overall?
So, like on the showroom floor, there's a PS4 version of it. It's pretty comparable right now. It's like it was quite difficult getting it like immediately onto the PS4. We had very little time, but it worked out pretty good. I think people have been enjoying it. So. It looks like we're going to have at least as good version. There's a chance there might be like some special like unlockable stuff on the PS4 version. We're still figuring that out.
What you got to do is, if you have 3 players, the LED light bar has to be red, white, and blue for America, right?
Yeah, definitely. So there's rumbling and just going red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it's just flashing red, white, and blue constantly. That's a free idea. You can go ahead and use that. No royalties there. All right, so we've just got another minute or 2 here. I'll try to throw in
it looks like these guys might nearly finish the game. Well, the demo.
One more question here. We actually had, I lost the name of the question here, but kind of a theoretical one. If Microsoft asked you to make an Xbox One version, would you guys be willing to do that?
I'm not actually too sure what we've discussed with Sony, to be honest. I want the game to be on couches, so I'm happy with it being on a couch attached to a Microsoft thing. I don't know if that's going to happen. At the moment, we're focusing on like Sony and putting our eggs in that basket. But yeah, I mean, I think it might happen. I stand to be corrected.
Right. Sure.
I hope it's on everyone's couch.
All right, guys. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming by and demoing a little bit of Broforce. It looks crazy and silly and ridiculous in all the right ways. I'll be sure to check it out myself. So there you have it. That's the team behind Broforce. We're going to cut.